Now you should be able to hear me. I was muted. Can you hear me okay? Always forget to unmute it. Oh, cross my legs. You should be able to hear me in a moment. Can you hear me now? Hi Kim, can you hear me? There you go, perfect. Kim, you got your aster done. Your elbow must be doing better. Look, mine's not. I have to wear my brace today. It's killing me. But I've been plowing out tutorials like one a day. Oh my gosh, I need a vacation. Before you think this looks weird, this is iced tea, but this is the leaves at the bottom here. Oh, I'm trying to remember what we are going to be doing today. Alright, let me get some bins going so I can stay organized. I think I'm caught up in everything too, but I can never be 100% sure. I don't know if I'm coming or going half the time, so... Okay, let me try to get organized. I'm halfway through Thursday's tutorial. Hi, Lexi! Ooh, how were your Galaxy Customs goodies? Were they really amazing? Of course they were. Okay, so I'm going to need these today. These today. Maybe these today. Definitely these today and these today. Okay. Oh, what is that? You'll have to send me a picture of it, Dawn, or a video later. It's not too bad. I'm doing physio on it now, but when I wear this brace, it tends to, I don't know if it like touches a nerve or whatever, but it sure helps. Okay, so these are going to go with this. I'm just kind of trying to get things all situated here. Just turn my phone off. You can buy more. They're the best, for sure. Now you understand why I'm so addicted. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay, lining. I'm trying to separate my stuff out into lining and exterior because we're almost done our exterior. All right. And I'm going to need these. Who's good at zippers now after last week? We all are. Is what I need. Yep. What do you guys think of Wallet Week so far? Am I choosing okay ones? Well, today, of course, was a good one because it was the Necessary Clutch Wallet. Everybody loves the Necessary Clutch Wallet. I was just happy I could do it. I have my camera up higher so you can't see how messy my floor is today. Oh, who's coming to see us? Hi, Coco. What are you doing? Coco's coming to say hi already. Come on up. One comes up. Come on up. There we go. Say hi, everybody. Okay, let's not look at my face, though. Okay, hi. This is not a good time for attention, babies. Oh, she wants me to rub her. Oh, she's hugging so hard. Look at her. Oh, you're such a cuddle bug. Oh, what's this about? You think there was thunder or something? She just wants me to rub her ear. Oh, Muffin. Dogs are the best. Look how cuddly she is. She's cuddling so hard. Okay. Go see Brady. Or sit under the table. She was giving me huge hugs. Aww. Now she's shaking my table. Hi, June. How'd everybody's week go? Everybody managed to get through the homework okay? Okay, I remember where we're at now. One, two, three, four. Let go. There we go. Okay. Don't need these right now. Almost done the exterior. I'm gonna tackle the rectangular yet oval bottom. This one is not too bad because it is kind of more rectangular than oval. So nobody needs to be scared. I promise you. We're gonna try a trick. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it's gonna work. I thought about it after I did my last one, so slowly trickling in. Only 5 of us there so far. It's pretty windy here and overcast, but I will take it. Guys, now you can see my hallway out there, but oh well, Coco's just gonna keep opening that door up. And I'm still trimming up interfacing. I'm terrible. Is the sound okay? Everybody can hear me okay? Nothing is banging or making sounds. We're good. I guess I should check my focus. You're going to see my messy table for a moment, but let's just make sure. Whoops, we're not auto-focusing here. Everybody, we must thank Dawn because she found me a program to fix the autofocus. So thank you so much, Dawn, for researching that for me. Cost me $11 to fix. Good sound? Awesome. Oh, goodness. Let's just give it a few more minutes to see if we can get a few more trickling in. And then we will get started. That's only 4 minutes after, so. Oops. Ah, it's yummy. I'm hooked on David's teas, iced teas. Did everybody get homework done? Who's sewing with me today? Who's watching? I know a bunch of you have finished your Lolas and your Apothecaries. I'm so proud of all of you. You're ahead of me, that's for sure. This one is, this is my new David's Tea cup for making iced tea. It's really kind of cool because you steep it and you fill water like to here with hot water and steep it, and then there's this thing on the inside that goes in with your ice, and you slowly push it down and it melts the ice and makes iced tea. It's awesome. This one is, I want to say it was like coconut cream or something like that. I'm nuts for coconut. Anything coconut or raspberry, I go crazy. Kim sewing today. Wow, Kim, you are hardcore. I'm glad your elbow's feeling better, sort of. Still in pain, but I'm going to try to be with you today. Got some pathetic elbow pain. One, two, three. Who else do we have on that hasn't said their name? It's 7. So I've got, all I have marked down is Lexi, Kim, and June. And I have Dawn. Oh, Lexi, who are you testing for? Am I testing too? Am I in the same testing group as you? Hi, Wanda. I just heard my front door close. Lexi, are you testing for Andrea right now? I know that's coming out soon. That's saying it, but without saying it. I was supposed to test for Andrea, but she just, I'm full until like October with testing and everything. Like, it's just crazy. I wish I had enough time to test for everybody and do their videos, but I don't. Oh, yeah, I'm doing the video for that one. That's the bag of the month one. I haven't started mine yet. When am I starting mine? I wait until all the testers get their notes in, and then I do the video. I don't actually test. I have that one scheduled for September 12th to do the final video, so I have to have it to her by the 14th. But yeah, super excited. I got 2 videos of the 3 for the Bag of the Month Club. So the September 1st one, that's Toby Silex. I have done that video. It's already scheduled to launch on the 1st. And then I also have the O Creations one. So I am super excited about that. Oh, good, Kim, you're on days off. Awesome. Dawn, are you making the Apothecary this time, or are you just watching? I can't remember. I know you did the Lola. You've already finished the Lola. Time is it now? We'll give it another 2 minutes and then we will get started. I know Diane should be popping in soon. She usually gets off work and is in about 10 after. How is everybody's, what bag was it? Aster's coming along. I need more. I know I just got Kim's and I just got Lexi's, I think. No, it was Lisa's. I need 12 for the video and I think I have like 6. Of course, I've made a bunch. I can post a bunch of my old ones, but I don't want to do that. I want to show off yours. Dawn's just watching on her second Lola. I think Nicole is priming her house, so she probably will watch later. Frankie, I believe, is traveling. Anna, I know, had appointments, but she might make it in. Yes, I do have yours, Lexi. So I will probably do both the Baronia and the Aster videos this weekend, after Sunday probably, after I get past Wallet Week. Because I still have 2.5 more Wallet Week tutorials to get done, and they all have to be done by Friday. So the last one launches on Saturday. And the last one I've chosen is a gooder. It's a big one. So it's going to take me a day or two to do that one. Yep. All right. Okay, so Kim's sewing along with me. Who else is sewing along with me? And who is watching? Kim is sewing. There's Diane. Hi, Diane. Are you sewing with us today or are you watching? I know you had to do your front panel still. Diane. Third class already. Crazy, crazy. Wanda, that was brilliant for fixing those straps. You know, I just thought about just cutting them off and making new ones. I never, so dumb. I mean, you save the length. You just have them a little shorter and just cut one side. Like, you're a genius. June's watching. Okay. Diane's doing both. Yeah, Wanda, you taught me something, and it's the simplest thing. I mean, the number of times I have wrecked my straps or done exactly what Lexi did with hers. Trust me, I've done it too. And I just cut them off, which was not very smart. So thank you, Wanda. Hi, Anna. Anna, are you sewing along with us today? June, you're all caught up? Okay, cool. So far it's Kim sewing with me. Diane is watching and sewing. Oh, you want me to share what I said? Okay, so Lexi, on her Aster, rather than connecting the handle like one on the front and one on the back, she connected them like overalls. One where the strap went from the front and to the back, so it was like, you know, suspenders. And she posted on the page, now I got to get these rivets out. And my suggestion was just cut them both off and make them shorter or make new straps. And Wanda says, no, you just have to cut one side and bring it down to the front, and then you only lose an inch in length. Like, brilliant. Oh, gotcha, Lexi. No, so Wanda was the superhero of the day. Like, so smart. Like, why didn't I ever think of that? So, yeah. It's impressive. All right. So, Kim, it's me and you, girlfriend. So, I'm going to power through, and you and Diane get to stop me if I'm going too fast. Okay? All right. So let's go down to the table, see what we're going to be doing. So right now, we're going to be finishing up our exteriors, but first we need to do our connectors. So I'm going to grab some double-sided tape and my scissors. I'm using my old silver scissors because they are sharper than my black ones now. Oh, Kim, you had to remove rivets? All right. So, for homework, we were supposed to top stitch our 4 small connectors. We're just going to put a little bit of double-sided tape on the bottom of all 4. Oops, that was a little long. Okay. We have our 4 rectangular rings. So we are going to take the tape off, bottom Oh, I have the hiccups. Excuse me. Put a rectangular ring so the welted part is on the wrong side, and fold those short ends together like that. And do that with all 4. I hate removing rivets. I need one of those rivet removal tools. But alas, shipping them from the States to Canada is too much money right now. Three and 4. Now the placement of these is the easiest ever. Normally you have to measure, but you don't have to with these ones. So we're going to take our front and back panels, and you see right here where our black sides or our sides meet our front exterior. You're going to take these and you're going to butt this up right up against here, like here. Use a couple clips to put it in place. Same with here. I'm going to place all 4. So again, you're just putting the connector right up next to this seam here. Oh, Kim, I would love a link to that wire cutter. I have no idea what to look for. Okay, so let's mark that, do that on the front panel as well. They go in the same place. Did everybody remember to put their nameplate on? I don't think mine's center, but it's close enough. Nope, just make sure it's straight. Straight. Oh, this is what I want to show Diane. You know, Diane, how you emailed me that your sides were a little bit higher? Look at mine is just a smidgen too. Like a scant 1/4 of an inch there. I'm not too worried about it because it'll get caught in that seam allowance just fine. But yeah, one of my sides is like that as well. Okay, so now we're just going to go ahead and we are going to baste those on. We want to baste them on this time because we don't want them to be moving around. At this point, I'm also going to switch into my zipper foot. Just because we are going to be wanting to get really close to that hardware because our connectors are not very big. So we are going to be close to our hardware when we're stitching our seam there. So I'm going to switch to my zipper foot just so I can get nice and close to it. Is this the zipper foot I want? Is it? Is it? No, I want my other zipper foot. Where are you? Come here. I want my left zipper foot here. I think. We'll find out when I go to sew it. And this is so because I don't have, so you have nothing obstructing on this side when we go to sew that on. So I'm going to use my left zipper foot. You know me, I like to change into my zipper feet. You don't have to. It just, trust me, makes things a lot easier. Do you know what I don't have is my chat going over here so I can see what we're talking about. Give me a second here. Oh my goodness. I like to have the chat over here so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, you love my sign? I'm the kind of person who says hi to dogs. I'm slowly collecting these signs to put in the backgrounds of my videos. I just love them, so. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and baste these on. You know what? I want my other zipper foot, I think. Yeah, I put on the wrong zipper foot. Okay. I'm going to change my zipper foot to the other one here after I finish this. Wrong one. I want the one I was originally putting on, my right zipper foot. Aw, Kim. Mine are pretty easy to put on. They, I think they're just getting used to doing it. Okay, so that's one side done. What are my kids doing? He's going in and out. That wasn't a good sound, whatever that was.
Hey.
Everything okay, Riley?
Get down.
He's yelling at Coco.
Coco.
Coco's getting in trouble. Riley's yelling at her. Okay. So, oh my goodness. I think, whoops. I'm going to have to go close that door. I'm going to go close it quickly. Oh, it's because there's a delivery driver out there. Coco hates white vans. There we go. All right. So I'll give you, Kim and Diane, a couple minutes to get to this point. 2 minutes or so. You did notice my different signs? That's awesome. Yeah, I just started doing that. I thought it was fun. So I'm slowly collecting them from like Value Village and the and dollar stores and that kind of thing. Little sayings that I like. Okay. Oh my Don, what's my seam allowance? I think it's 1/2 inch. Half-inch seam allowance. Okay. Okay, give it another minute. And if you're done, let me know and I can move ahead. Why is it I can never see seam allowances in? I should write on the front of patterns before class what my seam allowances is, but I think it's 1/2 inch. Oh, it kind of changes from, it's all over the place in this pattern. Never mind. Diane's ready. Perfect. How are you doing, Kim? Are you ready? Okay. So what we want to do, don't mind my oil, I just oiled my machine. It's 3/8 and 1/2 inch every now and there too. So I think we are sewing these on with a 1/2 inch. Thank you, Dawn. Sew together using 1/2 inch seam allowance backstitch. Okay, so this part will be 1/2 inch. We're going back and forth. So I want to find my center tops of both of these. So I'm going to fold this in half, matching up my sides here. And doing a small clip into here. While we're here, we may as well do our bottom centers as well. So again, matching up our side seams like this. And doing a small clip on both pieces. You're still fighting with it, Kim? Okay. You're still fighting with that zipper foot? And I already have my bottom center. And then you're going to take your 2 top panels that you have either your Decaville light on. I have EBFuse heavy on mine, but whichever ones you do have. And remember, where it's wider, there's a very, very slight angle to these. So the wider part is what's going to go on like this. And then it kind of goes narrower. Mine seem longer than they should be. That's okay. So we want to find the top and bottom centers of these as well, folding them in half. Same with the other one. They are all over the place. Hey, Don, I have to actually read the pattern to make sure I'm doing it right. I tend to just kind of go off on my own, but that's right. This one is all over the place. Okay. So once we have that done, what we want to do, so again, make sure you have it facing the right way. Mine is really sloppy cutting. I'm going to put that one on the back. Show it on this one. Okay, here we go. So my angles are there. Match up the center. We're going to put it right sides together. It's a little bit longer, but that's going to be okay. I'm not too worried about it. Just make sure you're matching the center and clipping across. We're going to do the other side at the same time. Yeah, mine are a little longer. I'm just going to trim them up here after. Probably just my sloppy cutting. So, Diane, just to show you if you're, and I'm glad that I had the same problem. You see how mine is 1/4 of an inch higher here? So you're just going to line it up with the ones that are straight, like so. And you see how it's hanging over a little bit? That's okay. We're just going to catch that in the seam allowance, and then it's going to be nice and even. So I'm letting it hang over a little bit more, making sure it's lining up with everything else. Does that make sense? So one thing with working with such a big seam allowance, it's really easy to fix those errors. So yeah, mine was a little bit higher here. So I'm just making sure I have this all lined up with where it's even everywhere else. Okay, and we can go ahead and clip the other one, and then we will sew them at the same time. I cut these really bad. Oh well. Did that make sense, Diane? I hope I wasn't being too confusing. But that's what I do when, like, I have sloppy cutting or something didn't quite go right. You can make up for that seam allowance that way, or if it was too short, you could make up for it doing it kind of the opposite way, just making sure it's nice and even. Where did I put? Okay. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and go across here with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. This is where you're going to want that zipper foot on, because your zipper, look, that 1/2 inch, how close we're going to be to our hardware here. So we want our zipper foot to be, like, we don't want, if we had our standard foot on, you're going to get all caught up on the hardware here, and then you're going to be all uneven. But if you have your zipper foot on, you should be able to go nice and close to that hardware and get a nice even stitch. Put you back over to Tiffany, and let's do that. Oops, I'm dropping clips everywhere. Okay. So yes, it's definitely your right zipper fit you want on here. 1/2 inch marking right there. All right, let's do this. Where I'm coming to my hardware is like maybe 1/4 of an inch away, like it's right there. But you can see I'm not having any problems because I have my zipper foot on. And I'm going to chain stitch these so I can save cutting. Do one after the other. Yes, I'm using the pieces with the deck of a light, Kim. This is the only exterior piece that has the, well, besides the bottom, that has interfacing. Okay. Oopsies. Oh, there goes my sign. Fall down. Oh well, I'll pick it up later. Okay. There we go. So this is what we got. I'll cut these apart. Okay. And then what we're going to want to do is we are going to want to flip that seam allowance so it's facing the bottom of the bag. So I'm just going to finger press it really good, but you want the seam allowance to be pointing down. You're going to want to pull it nice and taut when you are top stitching this. And we are going to top stitch through this side to hold that seam in place. And doing that is going to keep our connectors pointing upwards. So yeah, we'll do that on both. Make sure you pull it nice and tight. If you're using all cotton, you can definitely go ahead and iron that. But I'm just going to pull this nice and tight as I sew all the way across for both of them. So let's go ahead and top stitch through there. Let me switch us back over to Tiffany. Clear off some space here. Change to top stitching. And I'm actually going to top stitch this way just because I have my zipper foot on. I can just go nice and not have to worry about running over that hardware. Dawn, I actually think the next one that I will try, I'm going to try it with foam on the exterior because, I mean, they're a little bit floppy for my liking. I'm a foam girl 100%. So, I think I would try it with foam, but I didn't want to teach it that way because I have never tried it, so I don't know if it works or not. But I think if I ever get time to make another one, I might do it that way. I mean, there is interfacing on the lining part, but I don't know. I'm a creature of habit, and I'm a foam girl. Oh, and I just broke my thread. I've been having issues with my needle. I might have to change my needle out. Or my bobbin, I don't know. So yeah, just keep top stitching while I figure out what my machine is doing here. Always the worst when it happens on a top stitch. Am I caught on something? I'm really close to being to the end of my thread. Like I'm almost done my spool. So that could be what's causing me problems here. Takes forever to go through a spool, but I'm almost, it's like I can see the red of the spool behind the thread now, so. So John, if I was to do foam, I would make the whole exterior, and then once the exterior is made, I would put the, oops, I did that wrong. I would put the foam on last. Put that in the wrong place. Is what I'm thinking would work. Kind of like what you do with the Trailblazer. I know you've made many of those, but that's how I would do it for this one. Oh my gosh, I'm making a mess. So yeah, think about it how you would put the Trailblazer together, and that's how I would do it. Get back in there. Oh my gosh. So much much pressure when you're live and your machine is acting up. Diane's going to beat me. She's going to be all done her top stitching and I'm going to have just started. Get in the hole. There we go. There we go. Let's make sure we're good. Look at my thread everywhere. That makes sense, hey Dawn? That's how my brain is working anyways. If you do it, let me know if it works. There we go. I don't know if it's my thread or my bobbin that's giving me issues. Something is. What the heck is going on now? Okay. Try this again. Try to get this in the same holes. There. Again, it really sucks when it happens on top stitching. Come on, Tiffany, behave, girl. You can do it. One done. Now she wants to race. I could pull my threads to the back, but I was lazy. You can't see them. It's all good. All right. All right, split table. So because these are here, I don't think there's enough here or here to get a rivet in. I did on my smaller one, but the connectors ended up being a little bit longer. So I don't think I'm going to worry about rivets. The pattern doesn't call for rivets. You could put them here, but they'll go over your top stitching because they only hang over by like half, like that much. Do I want to do rivets? Are you guys going to do rivets? Do I want to do rivets? Let's do rivets. I'm going to do rivets. They'll just be close to the top stitching. Rivets I always find just really help make it so you have a little bit more stability in your handles. So I've got my little bits of Decaville Heavy, and we're going to take the time and do this. Where are my rivets? Rivets! Where are you? There you are. No, none of the connectors hung over, Kim, but we're doing a 1/2 inch seam allowance, so you should have 1/2 inch, like it's from there to there, that I have hanging into the seam, and I'm actually going to put some rivets in there to hold it as well. With this one, you can't have your connectors too long because it'll interfere with the zipper, right? So it's kind of weird. So I'm going to put a rivet there, just making sure I'm catching the connectors, and there. Oops, where's my scissors? Kind of feeling where they are. You don't want to be putting, you want to make sure you're catching the connectors. So my rivets are probably going to cover up a little bit of my top stitching, but I am okay with that. It'll still look nice. You're not going to do rivets, Rhonda? Again, they're not part of it. You don't have to. I'm just doing it because I always do. Through. So just do them really fast here, and then we will start putting this together. Actually, I'm debating. No, we'll do it all. So I think everybody in the class knows how to do slip pocket and the overlay zipper by now, right? We've all done them already. So if we don't get to that today, that'll end up being homework, but we'll see how far we get. Okay, 2, 3, 4. So once we do the exterior assembly, the lining assembly is pretty similar once we get our recessed zipper in. I'm just trying to decide what order to do this. If we do, thinking. I'll put my rivets in first. So you can see my rivet kind of covers up my top stitching there, but I'm okay with that. Just a little spot. It'll be even everywhere, so uniform is everything. And you don't have to do rivets. Absolutely do not. I just did on my other one, so I'm doing it on this one too. Okay. How are you doing, Diana Kim? Okay, I'll just press these. One. Two. Three. There we go. Okay, I feel better now that I have rivets in. Repositioning your connectors. Did you see where to put them? Right up against the here. All right. You're good, Diane. Are you all done? Are you ready to move on? You're probably beating me. Just checking my seam allowance. Oh yes, we're getting to a tough part. Not tough, just an awkward part. Okay. Okay, so now what we want to do, okay, first I'm going to, you can see how I had bad cutting here. So I'm just going to take a ruler and make sure I follow the line here. And I'm going to trim those up on that angle. But it's very important you follow the line of the bag, so you can see how I'm putting my ruler up against the majority of where that line is, so I'm getting in the right direction, so I can trim off my excess like that. And that is just because I cut badly. Because this one is dead on, so. You're not beating me? Okay. Do you need a little more time, Diane? I don't want to get too far ahead. Darn those connectors, hey? Okay, I'll give you guys a couple minutes. gives me a chance to tidy up here a little bit. Excuse me. Coconut tea is yummy. Oops. They are so tiny. So my next one, I would almost be wanting to make them longer, but at the same time, I don't know if it would interfere with the zipper here either. I don't know. But they are tiny. And that's why you need to use your zipper foot so you get nice and close. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we are going to take these, we are going to put them right sides together. Let me trim off all of this excess thread I have everywhere. And we're going to clip down the sides. So you want to make sure where these seams are, we're lining them up. So we have a nice continuous line. So I like to start at those seams and put in 3 or so clips. Same on the other side. Line up those seams. Oh my goodness, Coco. Line up your bottoms. And then evenly distribute the fabric everywhere. Okay, other side too. Okay, and then we're going to go down each side with a 1/2 inch seam allowance. Maybe double check, 1/2 inch seam allowance. Okay. And I've kept my zipper foot on because I know I'm going to need it again here pretty quick. It doesn't really matter too much. You can switch it up back to your regular foot if you want to. I just know I am going to be needing it for when we do the zipper panel here pretty quick. So I think we're not going to be putting the bottoms on today. We're going to do the lining bottom and the exterior bottom at the same time. Next class. So my goal today is to get these panels here and our connectors on for our crossbody strap. And then get our lining panels and our zipper panels done. And then the beginning of next class, we will be doing the bottoms, and then the second half of the class we will be putting it together and top stitching. That is my plan. How does that sound to everybody? Just because that's how I made the other one. That's kind of the process I did them in as well. Oops. At this point, I just kind of go in and I check to see if there's any stress on the stitches due to your vinyl, which I can see I have a little bit of stress on my stitches. It doesn't always happen, but sometimes it does. So I'm going to go along these side seams again. Within that seam allowance, I'm going to just go right next to our stitching here by 1/8 of an inch just to strengthen those seams up a little bit. I don't know if that happened with the last one too, and I think it's because these are uninterfaced. So I don't want my stitches showing through, so this will just guarantee that that doesn't happen. So yeah, just kind of look at yours and see if you need to do that too. You can see there, I've got that second line of stitching. When I look at my stitching now, I see no stress of my stitches there. So in this case, I needed to do it. And it sometimes is all based on your vinyl and everything. So or the shape of the bag. All right, now we have a tube. Okay, so give everybody about 3 or 4 minutes to get this far while I read what we do next. Okay, so I can move on. I'm trying to decide. It says to trim your seam allowances up, but I'm going to change it just a smidgen, just from past experience. So we are going to trim our seam allowances up. It says to do it to 1/8 of an inch. I say we just do it to 1/4 of an inch because I hate it when that seam gets too small. So I'm going to trim it to 1/4 of an inch, but only to here. I'm going to leave these longer so when we go to put it together, we can actually lay these seams flat like this rather than having like a teeny tiny lump here that may be hard to get over when we're top stitching or whatever. So I'm just going to trim my seam allowance up to almost where the top meets here. So just to 1/4 of an inch. I know the pattern says 1/8 of an inch, but that always makes me nervous. You're more than welcome to do it like the pattern, of course, but I don't know. I just worry about those stitches coming out with such a small whatever there, especially when it's all vinyl. So that's all trimmed up, but I'm not trimming these top sections up because I want to have something there to work with to push flat rather than having a really small seam that has a big bump right there. All right. Get my connector ready. I missed one of them, yes, for homework. So this next part, Kim and Diane, are you doing crossbody connectors on yours? Or are you leaving the crossbody off? Because if you're not doing them, I will just go ahead and show how to do this, but if you are, I'm going to wait for you. Crossbody is not mandatory, it's an optional thing. And speaking of optional, I did not grab D-rings, so I'm going to go and find my D-rings for the crossbody. Kim, you are doing a crossbody? Okay, I got to find D-rings. I'll be right back. I debated leaving it off because these kind of go on. They're harsh. D-rings. You are doing them? Okay. We're going to be sewing in a tube, just so you guys are aware. Okay. Give you another minute or so unless you're ready. You guys let me know. Another minute or so. And while I'm waiting, this is when we will want the other zipper foot on. You'll want your left side zipper foot on for this to get close to that hardware. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that over right now. While I wait, take out the one zipper foot and put on the other one. Okay. Go ahead, rethreading my machine. Always when I try to sew along. I know, it never fails. Okay. So what we're going to do, prepare our D-ring connectors. So for homework, we had to have them taped like so, not top stitched. We're going to take a little more tape. Just make sure if you're on a domestic machine, you're keeping it out of the seam allowance where we will be top stitching it. Diane and Kim both have industrial, so it's not a problem. You're going to put this up about a 1/2 inch or so from one of the short sides. Like so. And you're going to take your D-rings. You're going to bring it over and you're going to fold these in half in a way, catching it on that tape. Now I did mine a little bit longer than the pattern. Did you guys do them the same length as me? So they are like 4 inches long. It doesn't really matter. I just like them to be a little bit longer. They'll all go on still the same way. So about halfway. Oops. Stop. There we go. So this is what it looks like. So that's the front, and then on the back, I mean, it's a little more than halfway, I guess, but you just need the bottoms to match up like so. So the raw ends are to the back. And then we're going to take some more double-sided tape. We're almost to the fun part. You did 2x3, Kim? Okay, so you didn't like the pattern. I did 2x4 just because I like mine bigger. But 2x3 works too. I just feel like their connectors in this one are just so small. But it'll still work. Now, this is going to be hard to show because you're not going to really be able to see it while I'm sewing it. Are you ready? Diane and Kim, are you ready? Before I go, because this is going to be interesting to show. Let me know if you're ready. Okay, so we are going to be working in a tube. We want to put our crossbody connectors on these side seams. So you're going to kind of push this down like this. You'll probably have part of your connector down here. You're going to have your seam kind of going one way, which is okay. Okay, trying to make it so you guys can see this. So you see where that seam is? So I have my seam going one way because that's just going to be the easiest. This is so awkward. We're going to take a connector. I'm going to take the tape off and Just see where it says to put it. Okay, so we want this fold line to be even with right here, like right along that seam. So, and you want it to be nice and centered with this other seam. So you're going to kind of have to eyeball it. And you want to make sure that seam is nice and taut as well, pressed out really good. Like so. Now this is one time I'm not going to pull my threads long because it's already such a hassle to be sewing in the tube. So I am going to backstitch rather than doing my usual way of doing it. But what we're going to do, once you have that in place, make sure nothing's bunched up underneath. We're going to sew along the bottom here, up here, as close as we can to the hardware, which is why we put on that left zipper foot and back down and around, and then do the same on the opposite side. Does that make sense? It's super awkward, I'm not gonna lie, but it's doable. At least this one's bigger. On a smaller one, it's a little, well, you guys might be doing the smaller one, it'll be a little tougher because it's a little less space to be working with, but try to show best I can what I'm doing. And you're more than welcome to pull your threads long if you don't want that back stitching, but as you can see how awkward this is? Okay, where's my other underneath thread? I've got to make sure my threads get held to the back. Okay. Okay. Whew, deep breaths. These are my least favorite way of, oops, and I'm bunching up. My least favorite way of doing side connectors, I swear. And you got to make sure that that seam is nice and tight and centered. Okay, let's do this. Nice and tight and centered. Mine always end up being a little off center by the end of it. I'm not gonna lie. Not the easiest thing in the world to do. But just go slow. Okay. Back stitch. Okay. Pivot. See how I kind of turn the whole thing around? Can you guys see what I'm doing a little bit? Okay, back up this side. And we want to get as close as we can to the hardware, and you'll see how wonderful this foot is for that. Because I'm at the hardware, I'm going to pivot, and then my foot is going to be right up against my hardware there. And we're going to go across. Now this is where you want to be careful because your walking foot could eat your vinyl. So I'm going to just grab some scrap vinyl here. I'm going to put it underneath my walking foot to protect that vinyl like this. You may need a hump jumper here. I'm hoping I don't. I'm going to go down the other side. Oh, I didn't. Okay, phew. And then straight across the other side. Okay. We got through it. Okay, so that's what it looks like there. Kim, yours will be shorter because I did mine an inch longer, of course. I'm actually going to put 2 rivets in here backed with Decovil Heavy for mine. So for homework, because that is all we have left to do for the exterior for now, I really want to do the bottoms. I want to do the lining bottom and, whoops, what am I doing? Lining bottom and the exterior bottom at the same time, just because that bottom is a tricky thing, and I think if we have them together and do it all at once, it's going to be a lot better. So for homework, put on the other side connector and the rivets on to the exterior. And then that is it. That's all we're going to do with this today. All right. And now we can work on our lining, which we do have to get through a big portion of that this afternoon. So, all right. Any questions about that at all? Okay, so I'm going to move this over. Mainly because I need to show you guys how to do a recess zipper for sure today. Did that make sense what I did there? We're good. What, that didn't make sense what I did there, Kim? What did you have questions about? I will do a homework class doing the other side if anybody needs help with doing the connector again next week. So I will make sure I do a homework class next Tuesday. No questions. Okay. Good. All right. So I'm just writing down the homework so I remember. Second cross con. Okay. And rivets, if you're doing rivets. All right. I need a drink. Now we are going to work on our recess zipper. I haven't taught a recess zipper yet, I don't think. So this is good. This is where I wanted to get to, because everything else we have all done before, and if we don't get to it, that's okay. So for a recess zipper, what is this one? That's my top panel. I don't need that. I have my 2 exteriors and my 2 lining pieces for my recess zippers. So what we want to do on the back of all of these, I'll just double check I'm measuring in right. We're going to, from each short end, we are going to draw a 1-inch line on all 4 pieces. And on the exterior pieces. And why we do a 1-inch line here is because we have to fold each of these ends in by a 1/2 inch, and half of 1 inch is 1/2 inch. Go figure. And it just gives us a line to where we're going to fold these in. Now, if you're using cotton like these, you can definitely go ahead and press them in. I'm actually just going to use some double-sided tape. So where's the end of my tape? I think this is a new tape. I keep starting new tapes. There we go. So I'm just going to put some on. I'm going to put some double-sided tape on all of the ends. And please stop me if I'm going too fast, or if you have questions. Okay, and what we're going to do with all 4 of these is just take that end and bring it down into that line like so. So go ahead and do that with all 4 pieces. I feel like my table is extra shaky today. Holy moly. Yes, my lining pieces have woven interfacing. So like I'm using EB Fuse Light or SF101 or SoFuse or whatever it is you use. These ones are uninterfaced. You could also use 2 vinyl pieces if you wanted to. Honestly, nobody's going to see these pieces, like the lining ones. I've done that before where I've used 2 vinyl pieces or 4 vinyl pieces. Oops, dropping stuff. I much prefer a recess zipper over a top closure zipper any day. The 2 lining, oh no, I read that already. Okay. And honestly, you're not going to be sewing through that double-sided tape if you're using a domestic machine, because we will be sewing. You may get it a smidgen here, but it's not going to really do anything. You agree, Kim, over a top zipper? So does Dawn. Okay, and then you want to make sure that these are pretty much all the same length. I mean, we might be adjusting these a little, but once they're folded in, mine are all the same length, which is perfect. Hi, Nicole. Yay, you made it. How's the priming going? Okay, so I'm going to power through because it's already 5:15 and I have to at least get through this recess zipper. So now I'm taking my zipper tape. I'm not putting my zipper pull or anything on. Now I'm one that likes to leave my zipper tape really long until the end, just in case there's any issues or what have you. So I'm actually going to use this piece as a guide. I'm going to put my zipper tape kind of along it, and then I'm going to make my tail quite long, and then I can always shorten it later. So let's say, how long am I making this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 inches. How long does it say for the tail for here? Yeah. So I'm cutting mine really long. You don't have to. I'm kind of just eyeballing it to about there. So past here, I'm gone about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 inches longer than our actual recess zipper thingy we have here. Okay. So we are not going to put our pulls on yet. We are going to flip this over to the back. If you've done this with me before, I'm sure you've seen it in my tutorials. So on the right hand side of the back, I am going to just make a nice straight line with a pen that is not going to come off right across. And the reason I do this is I'm going to line this line up for when I go to put my zipper pull on, and we won't be putting it on until we test this, and then we'll be taking it off again. So you want to make sure that line is going to stay on there because it's going to help us get that zipper pull on nice and straight. Okay, so we're going to need a couple pins, because what we want to do now is on the opposite end without the line, we're going to kind of just pull the teeth apart from each other, and we are going to fold it down by a 90-degree angle. Now you can see how I'm kind of pinching it onto itself and then lining it up under the teeth. See that? Kind of pinching it. I'll do it again. So pinching it so you can kind of see how a loop comes up there. Matching up these like so, like the edge in here and here. And then pressing that fold so it kind of goes under the curve of the teeth there. And then secure that with a pin. You could also hand sew this. You could just hold it in place if you wanted to. Sometimes I use clips, but they tend to fly away. So you can see how I now have a nice 90-degree angle there. We're going to do the same with this other side. Pull it down, again matching up these sides here, here, and here, and pushing it up. But you want it to be almost really even with this other curve. So this sometimes takes a minute to try to get them even. Actually did pretty good there. And then secure that one with a pin as well. I gotta let Benny out of the room, so I'm just gonna go open the door for him. So that's what you end up having, is kind of like two little 90-degree angles flipped out. Let me just go let Ben out. Here you go, Benny. Go on, go. There it is. Right, does that make sense to everybody? Does anybody need to see that again? I can undo it and show it again before we go and sew this in place. Oops, what was that? My phone. Or are we good? I think I'm lagging back a little bit. Okay, so now you can kind of see along this line here. We're going to go and we're going to baste there and there to hold those in place. Okay, so let's flip over to the machine. Tiffany. And I'm actually going to switch out to my other zipper foot. We don't need this one anymore. This bag makes us work. Holy moly. The reason I'm putting on the other zipper foot rather than my standard foot is because we will be needing it here momentarily. That nice and tight. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead and baste that in place. And I find with the pins, you can kind of keep them there and just kind of backstitch over them. There's one in place. Do the same on the other side. How do I want to do this? Let's go this way. Do you know what's funny? I don't think I have a tutorial on how to do a recessed zipper. I should do that. I could probably make it with some video footage I already have. I should do that. Okay. Okay. So now they should hold perfectly, like so. And then we can trim these up so it's all even with our zipper tape. Like so. And then once you have that and you have that line drawn on the back, as scary as it is, you can go ahead. If you wanted to keep your pull on, you're more than welcome to have your pull on right now. I just find it so much easier to sew without it, and having this line on the back really helps get that pull on nice and straight. So I'm just showing you the way I do it, that I find super easy, so you can go ahead and you can pull these apart. All right. Next, what we want to do, I'm just going to double check. How far in? It doesn't say. So we're going to do it my way. Okay, so now we're going to take lining pieces. We'll do the first one first. And you have it right side up. from the left-hand side, we are going to measure in 3/8 of an inch and make a mark. Okay? You can use clips here if your machine doesn't like double-sided tape. I'm going to use double-sided tape because that's what I do. And I'm going to put tape down from where that line is all the way to the other side here. Just like so. All right. Now you're going to take your zipper with the 90-degree angle to the left, and your zipper tape is face up. So your lining is face up and your zipper tape is face up. Now, one thing that is good if you use two of the same, if you mess this up, it would be okay. All right, so then I'm going to take my tape off. Again, it's super easy to clip this as well. I'm going to take that 90-degree angle and I'm going to line it up with that 3/8 of an inch line we just drew and put my tape all the way across. Okay. Now you can go ahead and base this if you wanted to. I'm going to do it all in one go just to save some time. So you're going to take one of your exterior pieces and you're going to figure out it's going to be going this way. So along the bottom part of it, we're going to put some tape all the way across. Like so. And then we are going to put this right sides together, matching up our folded edges with the lining, sandwiching that tape in between. Match up this side. You need these folds to be matching. That's why we wanted them to be the same size. And press it down like that. And then we're going to go ahead and prep the other side. So the other side is going to be a little bit different because we're going to be working from the opposite side. So the right side, let me just double check. Yeah, the right side is where we're going to put our 3/8 of an inch mark. And put our tape across there. Again, this is right side up, lining piece. Take our other zipper, the other side of the zipper, right side up as well, matching that 90-degree up on the other side. So they're mirrored to one another is what we're doing, because they will be mirrored to one another once the zipper is attached again. Okay, and then once again, we're taking our exterior piece. We're going to put the tape along the bottom. Oops. Come off. Here we go. And then put them right sides together, matching up our folds of our two zipper panels. And again, you're going to need your zipper foot because we need to get nice and close to those teeth. We're going to be sewing this with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance. Usually with the standard foot, you can only get 1/4 of an inch. Zipper foot will let you get further. And it will give you a nice straight zipper. Okay, so we're going to take those to the machines, and along the zipper side, we are going to sew all the way across with a 3/8 of an inch seam allowance on both of these. Let me flip you over to the other side. Already 5:30. My goodness, time flies when we're having fun. Okay, so this is where you're going to see my zipper foot's going to help us get nice and close. Now you want to make sure you're not starting your stitches on the zipper tape because that is going to show. So you're going to kind of start your stitching an 1/8 of an inch in type thing from the fold. So like right, I don't know if you can see that, right there. So not quite to the end, but pretty close. Oops, at 3/8 of an inch. And then when we come to the other side, we're going to once again stop our stitches about 1/8 of an inch away from those folded sides. Just because we don't want the stitches to show over our folded sides. So oh my goodness, I have stuff falling down everywhere. And it just unplugged my, oh my goodness. We're still working though. I'll just have to bring it up on my laptop. My plugs fell down. Something fell down. I don't know what fell down. But it unplugged my monitor. So go ahead and do that. I'm going to try to get my monitor working again here. So bear with me. Oh, I see what happened. Okay, come on. Technical difficulties. Turn on. Oh, almost had it. I'll just get it later. Okay, I have to go off my computer or my laptop screen now because where is my mouse? Here we go. So I have to share my screen. I can't even see what I'm filming right now. OBS. Oh no. Uh-oh. Okay, I was trying to get my other monitor working because I can't see my screen to switch my things over. 1 second. Come on. There we go. Okay, turn on. It knocked out my monitor and I can't switch my screens without it. Darn it. Sorry guys. Bear with me a moment. I can't see my OBS screen. You guys can probably all see me, but I can't see what is going on. Oh my goodness, where did we go? Give me 1 sec. Technical difficulties. I can't see my screen or my program. Hi Frankie. I'm having technical difficulties. Bear with me here. Come on. I can't see my OBS program, which is bad. Because I can't switch it. My computer's not recognizing my monitor, but it's on, but it's not turning on. So I can't see my OBS screen. And you guys just get to look at my computer there. Can you guys hear me okay? Okay, cool. Give me 1 second. I'm just trying to figure this out. I just lost my monitor, and usually to get it back, I have to start it, but it has my How can I fix this? Goodness me. I am so sorry, you guys. If I could just get it all onto one screen, I'd be very happy. My computer's still recognizing the monitor, but there's nothing showing on the monitor anymore. Yeah, you get to see my sewing machine. I can't switch screens without my program, and it's on the other monitor, and I can't move it over here. Why? Just open up. Gosh. I'm trying to mirror Revolts and Retina display. Can I do this? No. Okay. Yay! Okay. I'm to one monitor, so I have to use my phone for the chat. Sorry about that, guys. I'll have to get Brady down here to fix that up, but now I'm just going off of one screen where usually I have my program running on the monitor, but for some reason, probably just needs a reboot. Okay, so was there any, I got to sew the other one. Was there any questions about that? Let me sew this one. Now that my blood pressure is super high. Let's sew this one here. Okay, there's the second one done. Here we go. So this is what we got now. So now what we want to do is we want to press these seams wrong sides together. Again, you can take this to an iron and press it from the cotton side if you want to. I'm going to use double-sided tape because that's what I do. If you can't use double-sided tape, go ahead and finger press it or iron press it if you can. So I'm just going to put some tape into the seam here first. And then we are going to press this as tight as we can away from those zipper teeth. Like so. And you can see how even my zipper teeth are, which is good. And we want to do the same with the lining side. Said I go through double-sided tape like water. I just love double-sided tape so much. and pull this nice and tight away from those zipper teeth, and they should be lining up pretty much. If it's off a little bit, that's okay. You can see I'm off by like 1/8, but it's going to get caught in the seam, no problem, so that's not an issue. And I'm also going to just put a couple clips to hold it here because we will be basting this side shut. Make sure that these folded edges match up. So this is what we have here. Do the same with the other one. Push it nice and tight away from those teeth. Okay. Same with this side. And this is just to make sure that these lining pieces are going to be far enough from the teeth that they won't accidentally get caught in there. And then hold those other sides together with clips. Make sure these folded edges line up, and they do. So now what we're going to do with all of these is we are going to baste along this raw edge here, these folded edges, and across our zipper seam and this other folded edge, we are going to top stitch on both of these. All right. Thank goodness I had my cell phone here so I can still see the chat. So I'm going to start about in the middle of the long edge here, the raw edge, and just baste it with 1/8 of an inch. When I get to one short edge, about 1/8 of an inch away from the fold, put my needle down and pivot and go up until you're about 1/8 of an inch away from the zipper seam here. So that I always end up hand cranking because I have more control where my needle's going to land. Top stitch across the zipper. Down the other short side, and then finish the baste across the bottom and do the same with the other side. Okay, same with the other one. Oh, thanks, Frankie. I'm okay now. I just hate it when technical stuff happens. What happened is my ring light that I had fell down, and it knocked the cord, the power cord, out of my monitor. But I have my computer set up on dual screen, and it didn't switch back to everything showing on my laptop. So I lost my program that I control all this with, but it was obviously still running. But when I got my thing back in, it wouldn't come on. So I think I have to restart my computer, and then I had to figure out how to turn it, like turn my display to mirror so I could see what was on the monitor on my laptop screen. So I managed to figure that out. Not sure I know how to fix that, but that's what my kid is for, right? So all right. So this is what I really wanted to show you guys how to do tonight for sure. Just because we haven't done a recess zipper yet, so not in any of the classes anyways. So let me just pop you back over here. So this is why they were opposite. You can see how they're mirrored. We have our curved ones here. We want to make sure they're all lining up good, which mine are. You can also, maybe I'll do that if I can manage to get it. I have my, I'll move my camera and I'll show you how we're going to put this on. Can you guys see my fork right here? Yeah, you can. Okay, so we are going to make sure we have it on nice and straight. So I'm going to grab one of my zipper pulls, putting it on my handy dandy fork here. And this is where we're going to flip these over and where we drew that line on the back. The purpose of that line is when we go to put our zipper pull on, we're going to pull it, I get it first try, until you match up that line. Now, I got it the first time, but that never happens. If they were off, then at least you're not pulling your zipper all the way up. You just have to keep going back and forth until you match up that line, which I did. And if you did, your zipper should go on nice and straight, which mine is perfection. And you can see that my zipper panel is perfect. Yay! But then I'm going to take this off again because we don't need it till the very end. So any questions about that? Oh my goodness, now that I've moved all my cameras around everywhere. It sounded really bad. Did it make a big bang? It's because it fell right behind my microphone, so there we go. Okay. So, I've got 15 minutes left. Let me put you to my face. Hello. Do I look stressed? So, I'm thinking we're going to stop there. Is everybody comfortable installing their zipper pocket with the overlay? We've done it a couple times. I think everybody that is in this class has done that class with me. We're installing it the same way for the zipper, or the zipper. You'll leave an opening in the bottom of the zipper pocket as well. Why do I have weird? So I'm thinking for homework to have do the other connector, do your zipper pocket with overlay for easy turning. I'm trying to find it here. And you're going to leave, oh, here it is. And you're going to leave an opening in the bottom of the zipper. Are you guys okay with doing that on your own? We've done it so many times. I know everybody is a pro at it now. I will also come on Tuesday morning next week and do that for homework. The other thing you may or may not be wanting to add in, Dave is home, Coco's barking, is I'm going to add a slip pocket, my typical slip pocket. Again, I will do a homework class showing how to do that. But those are two things that we have repeated every single class, and we're running out of time here, and my resources are a little bit limited here. So if we could do that for homework, so install the other crossbody connector and do your lining slip pocket panel. If you're doing it, it's optional, and your zipper pocket panel, which is leaving the bottom of your zipper pocket open because we are going to be closing the bottom up through that. And that will be it for homework. So super fast. Again, I will come and I will do them next week for Tuesday homework with you as well, if you need a little extra help with that. But I think we're all pros at it. And then next week, what we will be doing is finishing up our lining. The first half hour, it's not going to take very long. The second half hour or so we're going to start right at 4 o'clock next Thursday or next Tuesday so we can get through it all being the last class. So we'll finish up our lining panels, get them put together. We're going to put the bottoms on the exterior and the lining panels. Those are the rectangular rounded ones. So that'll be from 5:30 to 6 type thing. And then from 6 to 7, we'll be putting it all together, turning it, and top stitching it. How does that sound? Does that sound good to everybody? And I promise I'll get this all situated and find a new home for my ring light. I didn't even have it turned on, like really. Does that work for everybody? Oh, Wanda, we will miss you. So now I'm looking down here because my phone's down here with the chat rather than at the computer here. So yeah, Wanda, so definitely next week if you need help at all, you know you can always contact me. So does that sound good for everybody? Sounds good? Okay. Yeah, then, I mean, we could go ahead and sew the zipper pocket and everything on, but we have all done it, and I really want to get this situated because I can't finish the tutorial I was going to finish tonight without my screen, so now I got to do that too. My goodness. It's going to be a long night for me. Sounds good? Okay, perfect. And if you need help with any of those things, again, I will be here Tuesday doing that homework. For that, or you can contact me during the week. But main important thing is to make sure that your zipper panels get done. This is a major thing that we need to complete our linings, otherwise we'll be going together exactly the same as what we did for the exterior. Bottoms, don't be scared of them, they're going to be okay. I have a little bit of a trick that we will be using to put those on, and yeah, we're so close to being done. We are. The thing that takes the longest is actually putting together the zipper panels there. So any questions at all? It's now 10 to 6, so we are going to sign off about 10 minutes early. Next week, if we're going to run over, we may run over by 10 or 15 minutes. Hopefully not, but we may. I'm going to start right at 4, so we can get through it. You know how the last class is. It's always a rush to the finish anyways. So, but this is a pretty intense bag. It has so many steps in it. Unlike Lola. Lola's so easy. All right. Everybody good with that? Sorry if it made a big bang when my thing fell. I apologize for that. Yeah, I have to figure that out. So, no questions? Perfect. All right, so I'm going to let you guys go. Again, if you want to come and do homework with me next Tuesday at 1 o'clock, you can. If you need to see how to do that crossbody connector again, or see how we do the zipper pockets again, that would be a good time to do that. But yeah, I think everybody in this class has done that with me now, so that's perfect. Yeah, so I'm going to go spend some time with the hubby. I'm going to have some dinner, and then after dinner, I have to get back to work. I probably have another 4 hours of work today, and I started at 6 this morning. But my gosh, my boss is such a slave driver with this wallet week. Said I got 2.5 more tutorials to go, and so I have tomorrow's done. And it's uploaded. I have half of Thursday's done, so I have to finish that tonight so I can do the voiceover for that tomorrow and get it uploaded for Thursday, and then start Friday's wallet. And then the last wallet is going to take me like Thursday, pretty much. Thank goodness there's no homework on Thursday, because I'm going to need most of the day to do that, and then most of Friday to get it up in time. But then wallet week is done, and I think wallet week has been so much fun. So yes, no worries. I thought something broke. Something may have broke. I don't know. I hope I didn't break my monitor. I'll get the kid down here, so we'll get it figured out. I think I just need to restart my computer and everything. It'll be fine. All right. Thank you, everybody. What a great class. Thank you again. And I will see you, most of you probably, on